My name is Danielle Hatton, Principal Consultant within Granger Reese's Natural Resources Practice. Today I'm joined with Stephanie Bleker, who is my manager with Vale Base Metals. Thank you for joining me, Stephanie. Really great to speak with you today. Look, you've had a really successful career in the industry, and I wanted to speak to you about your career as a female within the mining industry, but also as a new mother working in operations.
Danielle, it's great to catch up with you again, and it's been an interesting journey in my career. So maybe I could start with telling you where my passion for mining came from. I visited a mine when I was in primary school for the first time, and I saw big trucks and shovels and a blast go off. And with all of that, I thought this would be something interesting to be involved in. In high school, I really enjoyed geology, and that's when I decided to pursue a career in mining engineering. I applied for a bursary to study mining engineering and was very grateful when I did receive a bursary to go and study. Although I was a little bit disappointed because I was awarded a bursary or told that when I would finish my studies, I'd go and work in the rock engineering and rock mechanic side or department. And that was due to being placed in an operational role, not seen as suitable for a female at that time. When I finished my studies, I was placed in an operational role, and that was just amazing for me to see the transformation in the mining industry within 4 years. That's something that I was told 4 years ago would not be possible, now happened. And that also made me really excited about what further opportunities there would be available. So I started working as a miner, supervisor, superintendent, and then in managerial role. Throughout my career, I've had fantastic opportunities to get to know different mining methods in underground and surface mines, different commodities. I've worked in the platinum, coal, diamond, and base metal industry. What I didn't expect is the effort that the mining industry actually makes in terms of people development and leadership development. That was really something that I enjoyed throughout my career, getting that development and exposure. And it really added a lot of value in terms of the way I do things and the way I lead my team. So if you do consider a career in the mining industry, know that there'll be many opportunities to develop your personal and your leadership skills. It's really an industry that puts a lot of focus on their people.
I appreciate, as mentioned, that you are a new mother working in operations. Can you talk to me a bit about your journey?
Well, it's been an exciting year. I became a new mother. I've got a almost 1-year-old son now, and I've changed companies and countries during this time. When my previous employer has actually been fantastic during the time which I was pregnant in ensuring that I can still perform my role with a few minor modifications. That was important for me as I still wanted to add value during the time that I was pregnant. And they really made sure that I could. Also then, when I transitioned into this new role, the company was really fantastic in ensuring that the settling in process goes as smooth as possible. There was absolutely no stigma attached to the fact that I would be a new mother and that I am pregnant during the time which I interviewed. That I think says a lot. We've come a long way in the industry for me to be able to say that I had job security, I had a new opportunity during this time. That was really great support from the company and from the industry in general. I think everybody had to learn to be more flexible in this time as both parents have to do homeschooling. I think that's happened a few times during this pandemic that both parents had to be able to do that and to be more flexible in terms of their working hours. The industry has realized that there's a lot of different ways that we can get results, and that I believe will open a lot of new doors to working mothers and a lot of other people as well, not just working mothers, in order to be able to take up roles which might not have been a possibility before.
And why do you think diversity and inclusion is important for us to focus on? And what can we do to support women in the industry?
It's important to focus on diversity and inclusion because if you look at the population out there, the workplace needs to be a representation of the population. And I believe each and every one of us wants the same opportunities for our daughters and for our sons. that has not always been the case, although I believe we're really moving in the right direction. In the workplace, it's not just important to be diverse, but also to be inclusive, to make everybody feel part of the team, and for everybody to have the same opportunities to make a contribution. So it just makes sense to ensure that we actually are representative of the population out there and give everybody equal opportunities, because there's also benefit to the business bottom line in terms of that.
And how do you see the industry evolving?
I've seen in the last 15 years, the industry really moving forward, making leaps and bounds in terms of that. Where we've started, where females were only allowed to work, and from not being allowed to work in the mining industry at certain times in certain countries, to being allowed to work in certain positions, and then to being encouraged to work in certain positions, and the mines really changing the way they are set up, so we're really on the right path. I think going forward and seeing how the mining industry would evolve, it's going to become a workplace that is a little bit more creative, is a little bit more flexible and agile, and that just that the pandemic has taught us that there's a lot of different ways of doing things. So I think we're going to see a lot of good things happening with the drive in terms of diversity and inclusion.
Do you have any tips to women looking to build such an impressive career or returning to work in the industry?
There's so many opportunities out there. So the first point is, don't think that there's not an opportunity for you out there. Mining has got opportunities in finance, in planning, in engineering, in production, in health and safety, environmental. So go out there and look at what opportunities are available, and go and visit a mine if you have an opportunity. It is such an exciting place, and I've seen many women that when they actually visit a mine for the first place, that they find it really exciting, which they didn't think they would. So go out there, take the time to get to know the mining industry and to research the opportunities that are available. And when you do get into the industry, make use of those opportunities to develop yourself and your leadership skills. And I truly believe you will then have a fantastic career. Speak up if there's things that you think we can change for the better in the industry, and provide mentorship when you see somebody new coming in that might be struggling with some struggles that you've had. It can make all the difference in terms of them sticking around and going through maybe some of the difficult patches, and at the end coming out successful.
When employers listen to us as well, just say we were going to be returning to work for whatever reason, whether it be a sabbatical, whether it be just from time off, whether it be for mat leave or paternity leave, employers are so adaptive and so open to change. I think it's incredibly impressive about how the industry has evolved if we compared it to only 12 months ago.
Yes, it's the mining industry has really become an industry that is open to change. Things are constantly changing, making sure that they keep up with the times in terms of all the technology that is out there. And if you just look at it before, people with seeing mining industry as just production. Right now, if you look at the significant work that the mines are doing in the communities, to make sure that they're actually sustainable and have a positive impact on the environment, on the communities in which they operate in terms of sustainable opportunities, when the mines are maybe no longer there. And in terms of the people development, there's just really such amazing work that the mining industry is doing at the moment. And we need to get better at sharing all of that so that people know there's also so many opportunities that comes with this additional work, in terms of the environmental side of it, the HR side of it. So I think the industry has really just opened up so many more opportunities in the last 5 years.